What is going on, Laker fans? Welcome to Purple&Gold stream pregame live talk. As we wait for Lakers to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, tip-up starts at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Before we wait for the game, I'd like to take a look at some of the highlight from last game against the Bulls. As we do it, usual pregame routine. Let's turn off the audio for this one. So let's take a talk about the keys to the game tonight. They have to keep doing the same thing as they did against the Bulls. Keep attacking the paint, force the turnover for the other team, and start strong early. Have a strong first quarter. Take a lead as much as possible before the halftime. Get the AD involved in offense early. And so he did against the Bulls. He scored 17 points alone in the first quarter. Was dominant all over the floor. Was making a jumper, attacking the paint, and hopefully we give THT some more minutes tonight. He'll be very useful against the Cavs. And I think we need to secure our board and stop the Cavs offense. Like Colin Sexton has been balling this season. Try to minimize his shots he take, number of times gets to the paint. Keep pressuring the defense. So Lakers did a really excellent job against the Bulls. Forced Bulls to commit 18 turnovers, and they had a 20 assists on 36 field goals. It was very impressive. A team effort, overall team effort. They shoot the ball well at 46%, and their three was off that game. They're continuing to showing their improvements on the three-point jumper this season. And then expector of the night, probably I'll pick the THT again, as I predicted last game that he will go on, get some playing time. And then Frank Vogel mentioned earlier that he rested Markieff Morris to give PhD some playing time. I'd probably do the same thing again. Probably rest one of the players and instead of giving THT some minutes and score 10 points in 21 minutes, played well, decent defense, got 2 steals. He's going to continue to impress the Laker fan. And the player of the game probably will be Anthony Davis or LeBron James, either 2 of them, or even, I'm thinking that our bench is going to perform well. Again, we had a great bench scoring this season. Currently ranked number 3 in the bench scoring, thanks to Montreal Harrell, being very consistent bench scorer this season. And I look forward to Kuzma's performance tonight. And as mentioned Kuzma earlier in my video, that he needs to continue to impress the Lakers. Need to do is find his role to perform whatever the role he gets at that game. He needs to show that on the court. As we wait for the game to start, I'd like to share some of the NBA news that is circulating around the league. So there's an interesting article about the Kobe's family, since we know the 1-year anniversary of Kobe's passing is coming tomorrow. And it'll be very emotional that, especially the family members, to watched the highlight of Kobe in the past, and I don't think they're completely moved on from his passing, and his daughter is also passed. So it's going to be very emotional time for his entire family and the family that lost their lives during that tragedy. So they requested the league, the organization, to not do the tribute of him this year, not showing the tribute of his video before the Lakers game. I think it's very wise, since basically they cannot live it. They don't want to bring their past. It's too painful for them to watch, to realize that he's no longer with us. I think for fans, it's a little disappointing that they're not able to tribute Kobe as much as they want. But they could do it in their personal way, like posting video on YouTube and doing it on social media. But please refrain from posting any pictures related to the tragedy, like a helicopter crash, or anything that had to do with that day, that painful day that we had to endure. It's already painful to even think that it's been 1 year since his passing. And we just want to have a good memory of him in our heart. I truly appreciate everyone, posting up, tributing Kobe in some way, like drawing a picture of him. I saw earlier some YouTuber did that, and I did post my personal tribute of Kobe through my podcast, and I plan to do it on my YouTube video as well. I did already scheduled to post it tomorrow. Hope you guys watch it and comment about it. But I'd like you guys to, share some of your favorite Kobe memory and leave it on the comment box. Now I'd like to see everyone have different memory of Kobe, and then it will be great. It's beautiful to share some of the story. Everyone has different favorite Kobe memory, and it's important that we keep remembering those memories, and that's the way that Kobe lives in our life forever, in our heart forever. I will really appreciate if you guys can share some of the stories in the comment box, and I will personally share my story as well. But as a player, he left us with a lot of good memories. And after his post-retirement, he found his passion. He lived through that, and he worked hard to master his craft of becoming the storyteller. And through the short animation, he went on to win the Oscar for that. It's surreal to even think that he's no longer with us. Like we see a lot of clip of him in his playing days, his post-retirement, spending a picture of him spending with the family, smiling. It just still feel unreal. We have to accept the fact that he's gone to a better place, but he will stay in our life and our heart forever. It was beautiful to see all the Lakers fans did their tribute in the Staples Center after his passing. Then I truly wish that I was one to see that memorial. Not sure if they still have that memorial site, but I think all these the toys and the other merchandise that were donated through the Mamba Sports Academy and the families, that lost their lives. So how much the one athlete's greatness could impact the others, the influence the other people's life, it's remarkable. And back to some NBA news. Frank Vogel is going to give the Lakers a day off tomorrow to spend a day as they each see fit. So tomorrow they have off day, but they'll be staying in the Eastern Conference. They're on a road trip right now, so they're not in LA. So they're probably just gonna spend time with their teammates and watching films. To try to do something to forget that the day they had to live in the past. LeBron mentioned in the interview that he wished not to bring that back that day. No, he don't want to live in the past. He want to continue Kobe's legacy. That's the way to keep him alive forever in their heart. I think it's really smart the way he said it. He knows that living in the past is not the thing that will not make them feel better. No, you need to accept the fact that he's no longer with us, and then just move on and treat every day like last day, or live a prosper life and live life to the fullest. That is the way of showing appreciation to Kobe Bryant and then his family as well. Anthony Davis shared some of the favorite Kobe story, his personal story, that was during the Olympic, right? Because that's the first time that he got to close with Kobe. And then all the times they spent together during the Olympic days, he taught him all these workouts and routines and footwork, being better at every skill, to develop all the skills that's necessary to become the great. They enjoy that time, the moment that he spent with Kobe. You'll never forget. And I personally like the Draymond Green story of Kobe. When he came as a rookie, Kobe was a veteran. He was in his prime, right? And then they before they matched with the Golden State Warriors, Kobe came to shoot around like 3. I think it was like really early before the tip off. And Draymond Green was there. He was trying to put up his shot, and he ended up spending whole his time just watching Kobe work out. Then he realized, oh shit, like, I missed my pre-shooting time, pre-shootouts. I was able to practice, but he appreciated that moment, the moment that he will never regret, that he got to watch Kobe doing his workout before the tip off. So he never regretted watching his entire time watching Kobe work out. That's how much influence that he gave to every player in the league. So he was such a big influence for all the athletes, and they will learn to appreciate his greatness, his mentality on the court, off the court. No matter the circumstances you're in, never give up. Work hard at what you do and never complain. Don't think it as it's a hard work. Think it as something that you do for your life and enjoy it, doing it. That's how special it was. It was different than other player. The way he approached the game, the mentality, just a mental aspect of a game, you could learn from him. His skill was flawless. He mastered anything that he could master, he would do it. He'll work hard. He'll master that turnaround jumper, Jordan-esque jumper. He'll practice like he do in the real game. There are just so many different Kobe Bryant story from players. But like Jason Williams was supposed to be one of the great point guard in the league. Unfortunately, got into a bike accident and it ended his career early. He shared some of his favorite Kobe story when he said, when they faced each other the first time, the Bulls, when he was playing for the Bulls, he saw Kobe like working out, so like he decided to do the same thing. Then he got a little tired, so he went to take a little rest. Came back, was still working out, and he thought it's like, oh, why is he doing that? He's already one of the great. He's already accomplished a lot of things, and why is he working that hard? Was it something that he want to prove? Then he asked Kobe like, oh no, why do you work out so hard? Why do you work so hard? Even you have accomplished so much already. And then his answer was, because I saw you coming in. No matter who you are, he wanted to prove that he's willing to work harder than anyone. That's kind of mindset he had. No? It was never enough for him. Even he had the multiple championship, had a MVP award, his personal accolades. He was never satisfied with being who he is. He was always looking someone better than him. Yeah, that just gave me a chill when I heard that story, right? He was always a student of game. He was always willing to learn, even from the rookies. Anything that he could learn from, he would do it. He wasn't like a typical superstar. He never acted like he was a superstar. That's the similarity between Jordan and him. Jordan was never satisfied with who he is. He always wanted to be the greatest that he could ever be in his own way. He was humble. He never called himself the greatest of all time. That's why people call them, both of them, the GOAT. Their mental approach to the game was very similar. There is not something that you can learn from. That is just So yeah, I have to refrain from playing that highlight video. I think I just got a message from YouTube that they suspended my recording because I'm not supposed to show that highlight video, the MB highlight video, the copyright issue. I think they just keep frustrating. I'm still gonna do my pregame live show without any highlights or without any clips. So that was just my personal thought of Kobe. Just have a lot of different stories to share. So as I mentioned earlier, I would like to hear some of your story, favorite Kobe memory, and leave it on the comments. Appreciate it. I hope the Lakers take a win and end up with a happy result. I'll see you guys after the post game. All right, take it easy.